Welcome, my dear Sagittarius, my Sagittarius friend, my shooter. Welcome. This is your reading, a mutable reading for the sign of Sagittarius, the shifting philosopher, the sage, the seer, the saint. As well, the guru, the fat one. That is, my dear Sagittarius, I mean that in the most jolly sense of the word. It is not the physical self, but the mind that expands, the ninth house, anything that is foreign and extraterrestrial can be seen through this placement in the sun and in the ascendant and in the moon, any other planet. So please take what you will. This is a situationship reading for my dear Sagittarius friend for the month of May 2020. I shall be working with 3 portals for you. These are portals in which you can take to choose what you will, take the resonance and move through your love situation with grace to see how elements of the 3 portals may resemble a story much like your own or not. Please take what you will. I will be working from the 1890 deck, the really old deck from Paris, France, the BP Grimoire for the first portal. Please relax, clear your mind. Thank you very much. Please relax, clear your mind, and take what you will. Okay. This year is very important for you. There's something that has to do with your resolution, your resolve. Something is being brought back to you, and it is your job, or perhaps your will, to execute some sort of clarity in this. It seems to me that with this situation, you are open-ended. There's something here that you are willing to come back, but if it does, it won't be in total regeneration. There's something about this cycle where it stands at the threshold and walks a very fine line between existing and no longer existing. This is a situation that you have cut out effectively in some way, shape, or form. It may have been seen as very difficult, a difficult period. Whatever you went through was difficult. But there is someone who is either returning, or it's a new person that is offering you some sort of solid idea of a beginning of a cycle, something like this. This person is definitely fulfilling, or at least has the idea that they will be able to fulfill some sort of role for you. But they also have a secret agenda that they are not telling you about. Okay? They are concerned with power and stability, but they see you as someone who is a bit emotionally disconnected, trying to find peace. But you're doing so by cutting out certain elements, okay? These elements have to do with a great transformation you're going through. It has to do with, as well, the idea of surrender, of totally letting go of a type of yearning. There's a fierce independence to what you're up to, and it's important that you embrace that. There's something about the external world that you are finding trouble with, and this is causing a great deal of a sense of betrayal, or perhaps a sense of a type of ending. Very deep feelings are revolving around this position of the Hanged Man for you. The Hanged Man is a very eccentric archetype. Meaning they cannot be understood. You cannot be understood accordingly. There's something about what you're going through now that is a deep evolutionary secret change that has to do with your highest mind, the one that is beyond the subconscious. And there is something very deep and profound, and you are being affected by your environment, shifting you into a type of change. There is a process of an ending here that has tried to really bend the last straw, but it's not finished. There's unfinished business with this person. They have tried to conjure up a situation with you to deal with how the idea of love is being portrayed. They feel secretly in the middle, somewhere where they cannot lead accordingly. They are trying to use all of their power, their essence, in order to provide you with something. Okay. If this is a new person, they know you're going through a massive transformation, and they may pretend like they do not hold a cup for you, but in actuality they do. And not only that, they intend some sort of vision or an idealization of some sort of grounded commitment with you. Okay, one that is based on time and energy, resources, combining all of that together to essentially give you something. It's a type of alchemy that they're working on that is essentially a secret potion to ground you somehow. This is through the energy of love, but there is some sort of great cycle that either they're going through and they haven't been able to fully heal from it, or that they see it as a challenge with you, because it seems to me that you were able to cut out this situation before it multiplied. We have the 5 and the 10 of swords here multiplies by 2, and there's a feeling that there is a crossing, an edge here. Something that you're doing is essentially has been the path of purging, as well as the path of not reaching out, being detached from the external world and trying to go and heal in a certain way to ground yourself. It's been very important for you not only to ground yourself, but also to feel the essence of emotional intelligence, to rise up accordingly to a deep spiritual calling that you have. But this person sees that you are going through this, but they feel like you've done something to cut them out in some sort of way. There is a sense of unfinished business here, and there is the essence of judgment here, in which the heavens will open up, and there is a potentiality for some sort of regeneration, the recurrence of an old cycle, or the recycling of an old cycle is here. As far as outcomes are concerned, there is, from your element of regeneration with the Hanged Man, your emotions will be replenished after the period of the Aquarian and Piscean star here, where the female is pouring water into the earth. There's a lot of water and purgation here, and also feeling. It's as if you're being emptied, then refilled again, and as you are, you will move forward. This person will still, unfortunately, be in a cycle of heartache. You could be dealing with a Gemini. Potentially Taurus is here as well. Pisces, Aquarius is on your side. There's a complexion here that has to do with Uranus as well as Sagittarius. But it seems to me that regardless of whether or not you choose to allow something back into your field of existence, there is something that is out of control that you are willing to be open to. If this comes back, whatever this energy is, there will be a period of fruitful promises, but I think you're letting it up to the higher powers that be to let this unfold the way it should. Right, so let's continue. And I think I'm going to switch decks. Portal number 2 will be opened soon. Please give me a second. This is for Sagittarius. Oh. I have another 1890 deck here. It's very old. And we'll go ahead and use that for this next portal. This is for Sagittarius, May 2020. Please relax, clear your mind, let that other portal go. Relax, clear your mind. Okay. It's as if the world is ending here. There is a chapter that is closing, that you think is apparently closing, the world, the grounding of the world. Something here seems like it's closing for you. We have here Tere, which is the world in reverse. The energies of all the fixed signs are here, including Aquarius, which is one of the most fixed, and there's a heavy influence of this sign, and Saturn and Uranus right now, huge amounts of it going on, astrologically speaking. There is an apparent shift, but it's only an illusion. There is a cycle that is essentially trying to revamp itself, a way of living, a way of structure that is trying to be relived. But this has already occurred, some sort of shift has already occurred, okay? There is a strong possibility that it's either you. Yes. Okay. There's a strong possibility that you're dealing with someone or something that has to do with co-creation. Someone very heavily desires your energy as this shift is occurring, because as the shift occurs, you have a sense of clarity. There's an idea or a sense that your projects are the source of wealth. Somehow, though, there's clarity, but then there also is sadness in that your options are being dwindled down, and there's this feeling of dissolution or dilution in your creative forces. It feels like everything is too fixed and there's no way for you to be free right now. Never fear. The result of this is essentially some aspect of you trying to hold back your natural impulses for creation, as well as your natural affinity for love and romance as it is, or as it was. There's something about this aspect of how you create and how you celebrate your love that is essentially going through a period of transformation, okay? This person or this thing that you are dealing with is torn in that they are trying to envision you into into some sort of situation with them. They have a great deal of desire and lust and drive for you, but at the same time, they feel as if it's a type of restriction. There's a restriction here, or at least they don't trust elements, especially communication. The communication here is not so good. They are confused and they're trying to protect themselves from what they see outside of the situation, what is outside. But they still have a great deal of desire for you, okay? I need to know why this person is torn. And I'm going to shift decks for some clarity. I'm using the Legitimate Tarot and the Hogo de Cartas deck for this. Okay. The Queen of Rods shows up again, as well as the love that is here. There's a sandwich here, some sort of conflict of desires. Yet they feel like they cannot entirely trust you, but you have this way of going about their defenses and totally romancing the hell out of them. If you're dealing with a friend or a family member, there is a possibility that they are somewhat this person is really on fire for some sort of story, this arc, this narrative, a story arc or a narrative that has to do with profound love, one that is both for the self as well as paths leading to your direction, some sense of cosmic love. But somehow they just they either see you as having a sense of clarity, or perhaps being emotionally detached, or perhaps in a sort of depressive state. Not like you're utterly sad, but you just feel like the external world is going through too much right now. But there is also the possibility that you have your defenses up against this person because they are very driven to you. But there is a period of communication that fell apart, or an idea that something had to be cut out in order to prevent some sort of great calamity. The Three of Cups is very indicative of that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I would recommend not to move on this energy. Let them come to you because they want to do that with the Knight and the paths of glory here. So there's a possibility for them to mobilize, but not until they get off their throne. There also is a good chance that there will be some sort of communication, very strong communication, but it's not the right time when they do reach out. Okay. The motivation has to do with the Eight of Swords, some way of thinking, some way of feeling, as well as what is expected, is causing a bit of a block here. Okay, in terms of structures, especially structures of romance or structures of creative force, what you think defines your tradition or your ideas needs to be reworked in order for you to find new structures, new ways, new Aquarian ways of really embracing more humane aspects of a situation such as this. Okay. I'm going to stick with this deck. No, actually, I'm going to shift. Let's shift one more time. For my dear Sagittarius, we're moving over to the Lisbon deck. Please clear your mind, and this is your third portal for my dear Sagittarius. May 2020, love situation. Thank you. Okay. So, we have the element of nurture again. Throughout your three portals, these people have been really trying to give you something. Could be the same person, could be the same type of energy, but there's something that people want to nurture you or gift you in this month in particular. What is underscoring this is a sense of trying to find your center by purging out and trying to understand the nature of your happiness. It's been difficult to find truth in this, to stand by your truth. There's been a lot of clouded energy around your sense of self, how you define yourself, how you find ease in your truth. Truth is very huge for you, as well as clarity as well as the mode of creating that inner fire, moving forward and purifying yourself from anything that is holding you back. Look to your gifts. Someone here really has the idea that there is a possibility of some cycle, a cycle to give you, to move on away from a sense of an ending, or perhaps a sense of, there it is again, some sort of regeneration. There's something about this that will lead to ultimate fulfillment. If this is a past person, there is a possibility they have a secret other beginning. As you can see here, the Queen of Pentacles is here offering. She is the mother figure. She is the Gaia for us. She is also Maya and all her materiality. There's a dualistic nature, because with the Queen of Pentacles, there's also a pentacle behind her that she's hiding. So there is a feeling as well with the Nine of Pentacles here, a sense of compression, or a sense of a type of death, yes, but also through the addition of this pentacle, some sort of really fantastic companionship, as well as a new beginning with this energetic nurturing force. What it is leading to is a sense that that with this new shift, there will be a secret that evolves out of this, one that has to do with temptation as well as sacrifice. Something here has to do with you staying true to your purpose, and perhaps trying not to disturb the elements of power that are involved here. There's some sort of huge shift that has to do with a secret battle between dark and light, as well as the potential to rise up and to provide for others a sense of victory through the demotion of certain powers that be, that have to do with commitments. Okay, it's as if you're trying to avoid, in a way, types of commitments, or types of like promises, or there's something here that has to do, you're waiting for an element of fate, as well as the Six of Cups. You seem to be waiting for this as the key to your purpose, your idea of what makes your seventh house, what makes relationships work. And this has to do with a shift in general, a shift that's going on in the world that is causing a great deal of sadness, but there is a secret that the High Priestess knows here that is imparting another here, some sort of shedding light on like what's constricting, where the battle is between the forces of dark and light, of masculine and feminine, where the sacrifice is, and how in all to essentially how to marry yourself to this sense of true authentic Six of Cups energy, this idea of nostalgia, as well as cosmic love, or love of a higher degree, love of a higher purpose, something like that. I think you're searching for the passion as well as the grace, trying to stay true to your elements. There's a possibility that something might revive itself. As it does, there will be either the 10 or the 11 of Pentacles, or the Ace of Pentacles, but you can't really figure out which is which. And this person can be a great friend of yours, a comrade, a companion, but I don't think you're willing to give to them unless there is a strong emotional content within it. You're thinking rationally about this, but you're confused because you've had to understand lessons of toxicity and releasing that, and you're trying to stand true on your own foundation. The advice is to set your boundaries. Your boundaries are not clear enough. Once you do this, then you will be able to grow. You will be able to grow and mature into the Taurian energy that is available to you in this month. It will be one of sensuality as well as one of grace and pleasure, and you might be able to utilize that to your advantage. So you should try to ground yourself and to find that reason, the reason and the true connection that you're looking for, that involves cosmic forces as well as the global shift. Some sort of secret will be revealed to you soon. Okay? My dear Sagittarius, that was extremely esoteric, and that's why I love this deck, because it comes from the grounds of Lisbon, and Lisbon is a mystery of dark and light. If you have the chance, once you have the chance to travel there, I would highly recommend it. And go to Sintra. Right, so those were your readings. I do appreciate your comments. Please like, share, and subscribe as you will. And take what you will. Remember, this is for guidance. My gifts are specifically it's a type of art, and that's how I treat my practice. So I'm glad you've tuned in and you've listened to my messages. And I wish you well for the rest of this strange period. Remember to ground yourself as well, to treat the world with dignity and grace, regardless of how ferocious or nonsensical it may be behaving. And blessings to you and yours. Thank you very much. If you would like a private reading, I am available. Just find me in my About section. Thank you. Bye.